This morning, before the sun came up, I laid out the cards for Scorpio, and the first card I turned over stopped me cold. I've been reading the tarot for more than 20 years, my love, and there are moments when a card falls and the whole room goes quiet. This was one of those moments. The card was Judgment, and I sat with it for a long time before I said a word, because this card doesn't come for everyone. It comes when something buried is ready to surface. It comes when the universe decides, not you, not anyone else, the universe, that the time for secrets is over. And Scorpio is sitting in that moment right now. It is not a coincidence that you are here. I want you to stay with me today, because what the cards revealed this morning is something you need to hear. I'm going to tell you what card came out for the person who betrayed you. And yes, that card tells a story. I'm going to tell you what the universe is saying about the secrets that are rising to the surface right now, even as you watch this. I'm going to share a message from your ancestors, because your ancestors have been watching this situation far longer than you have, and they have something to say about justice. And I'm going to tell you what your heart needs to release today, because you've been carrying something heavy for a very long time. You have been walking around with the weight of knowing the truth, feeling it in your bones, in your stomach, in the tightness in your chest, without being able to prove it, without anyone believing you. That feeling of, I know what happened, but no one will listen. I want you to know that I hear you. The cards hear you. And the truth is closer than you think. The card that came out for Scorpio this morning is Judgment. In the traditional tarot, this card shows the Archangel Gabriel blowing his trumpet and the dead rising from their graves, not in horror, but in liberation. This is the card of the great uncovering, of the moment when everything that was hidden beneath the surface answers a call it cannot refuse. Judgment is not a card of punishment. It is a card of revelation. And for you, Scorpio, the sign that carries more secrets than any other, that sees deeper than anyone around you, that has always known things you couldn't explain, this card is a confirmation. You were not imagining it. You were not being paranoid. You were not making something out of nothing. Someone in your life made a deliberate choice to deceive you. Not an accident, not a misunderstanding, a choice. They knew what they were doing, and they chose to do it anyway. And the card of Judgment tells me that the universe has recorded every single moment of that deception, and the time for it to remain hidden is ending. You are going to live through the moment of finally knowing, really knowing, with proof, with clarity. And when that moment comes, Scorpio, the question won't be, was I right? You already know you were right. The question will be, what do I do with this truth now? And I want to prepare you for that moment, because the impulse will be there, the impulse to show everyone, to prove it, to make sure the person who hurt you is seen for what they are. And I'm asking you to pause before you act on that impulse. I'm asking you to let judgment do its work. Maybe you've been in this place before. You felt something shift in a relationship and you couldn't name it. Maybe you started finding small inconsistencies, small holes in stories, and when you asked about them, you were told you were too sensitive, too suspicious, too intense. How many months have you been feeling something in your body that your mind didn't want to confirm, Scorpio? How long have you been silencing that knowing? Because your body was right all along. Before we go deeper, I want to ask you something simple. If what I'm sharing is landing in your heart, if you're feeling that recognition, that quiet, yes, this is for me, would you take a moment and give this video a like? It tells me you're here. It tells the universe you're ready to receive, and it helps me reach others who are carrying exactly what you're carrying right now. I am here every single day, laying out cards, delivering messages. Subscribe if you haven't yet, so you don't miss what comes next, because what comes next is something I don't want you to miss. Now, my love, I want to say something to you directly. I know you've tried everything. You've tried talking about it and been shut down. You've tried staying silent, and that didn't work either. You've tried forgiving, giving the benefit of the doubt, stepping away, coming back. You've tried doing what everyone told you. Just let it go. Don't let it live rent-free in your head. Focus on yourself. And still, the weight remains. Because what's broken inside when someone betrays your trust isn't fixed by good advice. It isn't fixed by time alone or by deciding to think positively. What breaks when someone chooses to deceive you goes down to a root level, my love, and it needs something that goes just as deep. That something is what I want to point you toward. At the very top of the comments below this video, pinned so you can find it, there is a link to something I created for women who are carrying exactly what you are carrying, the weight of a betrayal that changed something inside of them. It's called the 21 Decrees Journal, 21 days of guided inner work that moves through the wound and out the other side. Not another self-help book, not a list of things to think about, a structure, a container for the kind of healing that goes to the root. When you're ready, you'll find it in that first pinned comment. It will be there when you meet it. You feel betrayal so deeply because you love so deeply. That's the truth that so few people understand about you. The very intensity that makes your wounds feel catastrophic is the same intensity that makes your love extraordinary. It is not a flaw. It is not a weakness. It is the full magnitude of a Scorpio heart, and it is something rare and precious. I want you to hold on to that as we go into the deeper part of this reading, because what I'm about to show you about judgment and about your ancestors and about what is already moving in the unseen, I want you to receive it from a place of knowing your own worth. Let's go deeper now. Judgment arrives in a reading when the invisible world has made a decision that the visible world doesn't know about yet. In the esoteric tradition, this card represents the moment when the cosmic scales, not the ones we see, but the ones that operate beneath everything, have completed their accounting. Something has been weighed, and a verdict has been reached. Not by you, not by any person, by the order of things. And for you, what this means right now is specific. Your ancestors, the women who came before you, who loved and were deceived and survived and built lives and passed their strength down through generations until it reached you, they have been watching this situation, and they pulled this card. Judgment is their message to you. They want you to hear this. The truth doesn't need a lawyer. It already found its way. You do not need to accelerate what is already in motion. You do not need to investigate or confront or expose. The machinery of revelation is already running, and it does not require your fuel. Your job is to be still enough to receive what comes. A few months ago, a woman came to my table carrying exactly this. She sat down across from me with a composure that told me she had been holding herself together for a very long time. She knew she had been betrayed. She could feel it the way you feel cold air coming under a door before you see it open. But she had no proof, and the people she trusted had started to suggest that maybe she was seeing things that weren't there. She was beginning to doubt herself. I turned over judgment, and I told her, "Don't look for proof. Judgment has already done its work. The truth is in motion. Your only task is to stop trying to control where it lands." She left that reading uncertain. She wanted something more concrete, more actionable. I understood. 3 weeks later, she sent me a message. The truth had come out on its own, not because of anything she did, but because the weight of it became too much for the other person to carry. It always does, my love. Deception is a heavy thing to carry. It always finds a way to the surface. And the woman who sat across from me, she told me the hardest part wasn't the revelation. It was the days before, when she had to resist the urge to force the outcome. That is where you are right now, in those days before. And I want to tell you what I told her. Trust the trumpet. The angel is already blowing. Tonight, I want to give you something to do with your hands, my love, because you do not sit still well. And that is actually wisdom, because sometimes the body needs to act, even when the outer situation calls for stillness. Here is what I want you to do. Find a piece of paper, any paper, It doesn't need to be special. Write on it in your own handwriting. The truth doesn't need my help to come out. Write it once, clearly. Then fold the paper 3 times, toward you, folding it smaller each time. Place it under your pillow, or under your mattress, somewhere it will rest close to you while you sleep. Leave it there for 7 days. On the 7th night, take it outside or to a safe place and burn it. Not as a spell, not as magic, as a physical act of releasing your grip on the outcome. As your body saying to the universe, I trust you. This is different from what you'll find in the journal. This is just for tonight, just for this week, just for this particular weight you've been carrying. A physical surrender. Try it. What you've received today, judgment, the understanding of what is already in motion, the paper ritual for tonight, this is real, and it can serve you. But I want to be honest with you, my love, because honesty is the only thing I know how to offer. There is something a video alone cannot give you. Here is the honest truth. A video can tell you what the cards say. It can confirm what you already feel. It can give you a ritual for tonight and words that land in your chest and make you feel less alone. And all of that matters. But a video ends. And when it ends, you go back to your life, to the same thoughts, the same weight, the same question of what to do with what you know. You don't need one more piece of advice, Scorpio. You need a path. You need something that walks with you through the days that come after the revelation. The days when you have to decide who you are on the other side of this, what you will carry forward, and what you will finally set down. That is what I made the 21 Decrees journal for. 21 days, 3 phases. In the first phase, you cut. You identify clearly and precisely what no longer belongs to you, and you begin the work of separation. In the second phase, you heal. You go to the root of the wound, and you do something most people never do, which is actually tend to it rather than just cover it. In the third phase, you open. You begin to feel what it is like to move through the world without the weight, and you take the first real steps into a different version of yourself. It is not easy. I won't tell you it is, but it is real. If you finish the 21 days and you don't feel a genuine shift, I will give you your money back. Every cent, no questions asked, within 7 days. Because I don't want your money if this isn't right for you. I want you to have something that actually works. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. And if you're not ready for that today, I understand. But write in the comments below, I am ready to see the truth. Let that be your first step. Let the words come out of you, even if the rest isn't clear yet. My love, before I let you go, I have one more card to show you. I reached back into the deck after Judgment, and the card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune. And when I tell you I felt something shift in the room when that card turned over, I mean it. Because the Wheel of Fortune is the card of cycles, and specifically of cycles that have been stuck, finally beginning to move again. Scorpio, the wheel has been frozen for a while, hasn't it? Things that should have resolved have hung in suspension. Time has felt strange, too slow in some places, too fast in others, and through all of it, this weight has sat on your chest like something unmovable. The Wheel of Fortune says it's moving now. Not because you forced it, not because you did everything right, because cycles have their own rhythm, and yours has turned. I want you to feel that, really feel it, not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a reading. The cards do not lie. The wheel is already in motion for you, and where you are going is somewhere lighter than where you've been. You have held so much. You have stayed standing through things that would have brought other people to their knees, and you did it mostly in silence, mostly alone, mostly without anyone fully understanding what you were carrying. And I see that. Your ancestors see that. Tonight, when you write those words on the paper and fold it 3 times, I want you to take one breath after you set it down. Just one breath. And let yourself feel, even for a moment, what it would be like to put it all down. Not forever, not even for a day, just for one breath. Because that one breath, Scorpio, is where the shift begins. When this video ends, do something gentle for yourself. Eat something warm. Drink a full glass of water. Open a window and let fresh air move through the space you're in. These small things matter. They tell your body that you are here, that you are worth caring for, that the chapter that is ending was not the whole story. Leave me a comment below with the words, "I am ready to see the truth." Let me know you are here. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because what is coming in the weeks ahead is something I need you to be present for. And if you feel called to go deeper, to walk through the 21 days, to do the real work of cutting and healing and opening, the link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment below. Everything you need is there. We walk in light. You are not walking alone.